Welcome. In this segment of Area 66 Declassified, I'm going to walk you through how to use Socrative, a great free web app that allows you to quickly solicit feedback from students. Let's go ahead and get started. First off, to access Socrative, open up a web browser and go to Socrative.com. That's Socrative.com. Now, once you're there, you'll notice along the top it has a student login, a teacher login, or teacher sign up. If you've never used Socrative before, you do need to create an account, but the account is free. Go ahead and click on teacher sign up. It'll ask you to register an email address and a password, and that's it. Once you create an account, then you can sign in. Now, I've already created an account, so I'm going to go ahead and sign in. And once you've signed in, this is the screen that you're presented with. Now, as a teacher, you have a number of options using Socrative with your class. You can go ahead and send out multiple choice questions. You can ask true-false questions, or you can send out short answer questions that your students can respond with. Now, one question a lot of people have is, do students need to have an iPad or an iPhone or some kind of device to use Socrative? And the answer is no. Socrative works with anything that has access to the internet. So students can use Socrative with their laptop computers, they can use it with any school-owned iPads, they can use it with their own Android phones or iPhones or their own iPads. Basically anything with a web browser, students can use to access this great service. Other options of Socrative include creating quizzes. This is really helpful if you want to have just quick quizzes during class. You can populate it with as many questions as you want, both true, false, multiple choice, and short answer questions. And then students can take these quizzes either at their own pace, or the teacher can manage it and send out one question at a time to the class. The nice thing about this is students don't even have to be present in order to take the quiz. Students could be sitting at home and you can activate the quiz and they can take it from there. They could be in different places of the building and they could all be taking these quizzes at their own pace or at the same time. Another aspect of Socrative that I found to be very helpful is exit tickets. You can send out an exit ticket using Socrative, in which it requires students to type in their name. They'll go through and answer a couple questions about what did they learn today, and then you can pose some overall questions for them to check for understanding before they leave for the day. Socrative is great because it takes all of their responses and emails it in a spreadsheet for you, so you have access to look at that data later. Well, let's go ahead and just take a look at what it looks like from the student side. And I have gone ahead and I've opened up an account here as a student. And for students, if they're using a web browser, they just go to m.socrative.com and it takes them to this screen. If they're using an iPad or an iPhone or an Android device, there are dedicated apps that Socrative has created that they can download. Now in this case, I've made a sample class, and the room number that you would ask students to join is the room number that's displayed on the teacher screen here. In this case, VV. I'm going to type in VV, and from the student's point of view, they're just going to sit here and wait until a teacher asks them for an activity. So let me flip back over to what it would look like for a teacher. And let's say I'm going to use this as a replacement for a clicker, and I have a quick Hinge question that I'm going to ask my class. And this Hinge question is going to be just a quick true-false question to see if they understand what I'm asking. So I'm going to click true-false for the teacher. And this is going to tell me, okay, go ahead and ask away. And then I would ask my class. Students now, when they log in, they see this. They'll see, okay, I'm joined in the room. And to choose an answer, true or false. And so in this case, I'm just going to select true. And if I go back over to my teacher side, I can see the number of votes, 1 of 1, and I can see that that one student has chosen true. This would work for any kind of number of students in your class. You can go ahead and it'll keep track in real time what they vote. When I click End Activity, it'll take me back to the page. That same process works if I send out multiple choice questions. If I hop back over to my student, I'll see in a minute here it will update with a multiple choice, and any questions that maybe I have in a PowerPoint that I'm demonstrating, maybe I write some answers on the board, the students can vote, and in this case, I'll vote there, and I can see here if I look back at my results. Now I had 2 people in my room. 1 person voted for C, the other for E. This allows you to create some really interesting choose-your-own-adventure type activities, as well as use it for check for understanding. The last little bit I want to demonstrate is how to use an exit ticket in Socrative. In another segment, we'll talk about how to make a quiz, but for now, let's just look at exit tickets. I click exit ticket, and then from the teacher side, I can wait and I can see that I have 2 students in my room and nobody has completed an exit ticket yet. So let me switch over to the student view, and in the student view it says please enter your name, last name, comma first. So I'll type in Smith, comma John. I'll hit submit, and then it gives me 3 questions here. It'll say, how well did you understand today's material? I totally got it. What did you learn today? I learned about Socrative. And then it'll say, please solve the problem on the board. This is great because you can ask a dedicated question that's specifically tied to the lesson that you've given, and you can ask the students to answer it for you. So I can say, the answer to life's greatest question is 42. Then I'll click finish, and it will save. Now if I go back to my teacher's view, in a second here it'll update. It'll indicate that 1 out of the 2 people have completed that quiz. I will click end activity, and then it'll give me the option of emailing or downloading the report or no report. I'm going to go ahead and click download that report. And when I open it up, it'll be a Microsoft Excel file. And once it loads here, we'll be able to see what kind of data the teacher can get from it. Alright, so if we take a look here, I can see I got a neat spreadsheet that has the names of the students, the answer that they selected for how well did they understand it. We can see what did they learn today, and everything that they type will be there. Please solve the problem on the board, and it'll give me the answer to that. And then I can see here that for each student that I have, they will get 1 row. And that allows me to very quickly and very easily see what my students are understanding and where I might need to go back and to reteach. So that's Socrative, a free web service that allows you to quickly and easily solicit feedback from your students. Thank you.